for these schools, the school leaders, the teachers out there who are interested in bringing healthcare CTE into their schools, into their classrooms, but they don't have the first idea of how to get started in terms of implementation, what advice would you have for them?
The first piece of advice that I would say is invite the industry partners to the table. I think one of the downfalls of education is we always ask for money and we always ask for volunteer hours, but we don't ask what the community or industry needs, and are very rarely. And I think that that's one of the things that's unique about CTE is that because of Perkins and the laws around CTE is that we have to have direct impact. So in my current role, the school district where I am a teacher on special assignment supporting our CTE teachers, our airport just opened up and just added commercial airlines. And so we started a high school aviation program. We are basically our auto body and our auto dealerships said, hey, we need more auto techs. And so I think that's one of the cool things about CTE is that we can actually fulfill a direct need in our community. And the purpose of healthcare, right, is how do we train and create the opportunities so we can get those medical assistants or those phlebotomists, EKG technicians. These are entry-level positions that are vastly underfilled in our community. And we basically, instead of asking what we need from them, we can ask, what can we do to better support you? And I think that's one of the things that is really cool is figuring out how do we get those partnerships. And I think when you start with that kind of mindset, it kind of all the other steps fall into place.
Oh, gosh. Music to my ears. I think that's, and it does reflect my own experience. I feel like every great education initiative that I've ever seen happen on the ground, it's when the community's been brought in. It's when the people that you're trying to serve outside of the school are brought in to provide direct input on the campus with respect to those particular programs. You're definitely speaking my language.
Yeah, and I think one thing that's interesting that research shows that for every dollar that we put into a CTE program, the value that puts back into community is about $12. And so that's one of the things that is really great is that we can fulfill that need and we can build those connections, and they don't have to spend the money on training because these kids are already coming trained. And for medical assisting, right, a lot of times you don't have to be licensed when you get that job. You just have to be licensed within the year. And so people will not get the license and that employer just has to retrain a new person. And we can meet that need because those kids can leave our schools with that license in place or certification in place and be a direct hire.
Did you say $12 in impact for every dollar that's put in? That's a heck of a rate of return, Jeff. I feel like any for-profit business would like those numbers. This is